Hello, Aries. Welcome to your weekly reading for July 14th to the 20th. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right into it, Aries. I got to tell you, there's some stuff happening for you. There's some stuff happening for you this week. And I'm going to tell you some things that are you're gonna be like, whoa, okay. But first, I have to congratulate you. I have to congratulate you to be you were the first to enter this brand new era, okay, with everyone else on this planet. And that is all thanks to that rare mini trine that you know about. And this is why your life is changing in a big way. And I'm officially gonna I'm gonna call it the Prism Portal. Okay? You know what I'm talking about. Saturn conjunct Neptune, and your sign is at the apex. Sextile Uranus in Gemini, sextile Pluto in Aquarius, and Uranus in Gemini is trining Pluto in Aquarius. Okay? Uranus, awakening, breakthroughs. And Pluto is the evolution, transformation. Your life is changing in a big way. And I look at what's happening for you, and it's like, well, wait until August. So this week, okay, I got some things to tell you. Okay? Just know that this prism portal is happening for many years. And you're feeling it now. You're going to feel it really strongly. And there's a day that's not even on the whiteboard. I want you to come back here and tell me what happens. Okay? I'll tell you what it's going to be, but just because you're one of the signs that's actually hosting two of the planets, Saturn and Neptune, right? Yeah. In this mini trine that nobody on this planet has ever experienced, you get a slow clap. By the way, did you see my last live stream? Yeah. There's talk about Uranus and Gemini. That just happened. Are you feeling that? That's in your third house. We'll talk about it. I'm going to tell you some things that probably happened, okay? But look at the last live stream. Remember, I'm a 0 degree Gemini rising. Uranus at 0 degrees of Gemini is right on my ascendant. Yeah, Uranus is all about shakeups, okay? And the unexpected and surprises. So maybe you have seen it. Maybe you have heard that, I've had 16-hour workdays and no sleep. That's Uranus. And it's in your third. Again, we'll talk about that. But this week, this is going to be, it's one of those sneaky weeks where, yeah, sure, this is happening. Yeah. But there's a lot more that actually makes it one of the most important weeks of July, especially for you. When I look at what's happening for you, you're going to have this retrospective of your life this week. It's like a documentary. You're going to be thinking a lot about how far you have come. Okay? And then what's next? That's where you're at. And you're going to feel that strongly this week, especially with Uranus and Gemini in your third. So you're freeing your mind. You're thinking outside the box. You're expanding your consciousness. Don't forget you got Venus here too. You're being social AF. It's your third house. Third house is communication. Yeah. It's social media. Are you TikToking? You got a lot happening here. Remember, Uranus is breakthroughs as well. You're probably learning a lot from social media posts. You're learning a lot from online. You're even teaching yourself. Some of y'all are, teaching. Some of y'all are going back to school. Some of y'all are learning. A lot of y'all are starting new things. But here's the thing. Your curiosity is through the roof. You want to do a lot of things. And just remember that Uranus and Gemini, that's all about being your authentic self. That's all Uranus wants, okay? And it is authenticity that brings you to those higher states of frequency that I talk about, love and self-love and compassion, gratitude. So just be you. Just be you, okay? Your soul, it's so beautiful. And this is the week I want you to see that. I want you to feel that, and you will. There's a day. Okay, so let's just keep going. There's some stuff happening, but just know that you might feel a little bit restless. It is in your third house. Third house is also like movement. You want to do things. Third house is like transportation, travel. You want to travel. You're probably traveling. You're probably going back to places that you used to, like nostalgia is a big thing for you this week. You're probably going back to places that you used to love. things like that. Okay. People from your past. Oh yeah. You're going to hear from them. Okay. There's some things that you need to get across. You're going to be very communicative. Now, here's the thing. Even though you're going to feel that energy, just remember Saturn and Neptune are actually retrograde in your sign. And then Pluto's retrograde. And you got Mercury, going retrograde. So it's a really big week of retrogrades. And that's all about just going within, okay, thinking about what is your next step, reassessing, revisiting things from the past, okay? And just reconsidering things. And I actually like this retrograde period because there's so much fire and air. And remember, it is a brand new era. Everything that's happening here, nobody on Earth has ever experienced. Yeah? The prism portal. Remember, nobody has experienced that in modern human history. So we're entering uncharted territory. All right? And so this is going to be a big time for you. Very big time. Just the fact that Saturn conjuncting Neptune, both retrograde in your sign, there is this just merging of things that you're idealizing and bringing it like realism to it and structure to your visions. There's this entrepreneur in you, this pioneering spirit in you that just, it's coming out. You're feeling it. Okay. But it is a time to just plan. Just plan. Don't do anything big yet. We got that new moon next week. This is the week that you've got to let some things go, because all you're going to do this week is you're going to reflect, you're going to review, you're going to, meet up with, former colleagues and friends. You got Mars, your ruler in Virgo. That's good. Earth sign, right? Brings a little bit of that grounded energy, but it's Virgo. It's very analytical and checking off your to-do list. You're going to be planning. So anyway, you're thinking about taking charge of everything. That's you, Aries. That's who you are. So your mission this week, if you choose it, what's the phrase? If you choose to compete it, that's what happens when you when you don't get any sleep. Your mission this week is just to wax on, wax off. Okay. Practice patience, stay frosty, be cool, because there's going to be a lot of things. It's a lot of retrogrades. Yeah. So it's a really good time just to reflect and be still like a pond or the night. Yeah. Do some healing. It's going to be a really good time for you. All right. You're going to have a lot happen this week. I'm like looking at what's going on for Aries. I'm like, okay, well, where do we even start? Well, let's start with the fact that when you do this grounding, taking this time, meditating, really going within, because the North Node is going to be activated this week again in your 12th. So a lot of the past is going to be on your mind. Yeah. And there's so much fire and air energy. So it's just this, very unusual what's happening here. Just think about your direction moving forward. And you're going to have a lot of moments of like your life purpose, and you're going to see the rainbow with a pot of gold at the end of the tunnel, your goals, your legacy. And you're going to think about, are there any cracks along the way? If there are, how do I seal them? All right. Because you're thinking about your future, your vision, your brand new era, being the best version of yourself in this ever changing world, Aries. All right. You're becoming the leaders. And remember, it's not how the world changes, it's how you adapt to make it work for you. You create your reality. Now, Monday, July 14th, you'll see that there's some things written in red. And the things that are written in red, we talk about in the second spread, the bonus spread. Okay, tier 3 members, really good and legendary members. And that is important. Lunations, planetoids, asteroids, fixed stars, all of that. And I'm doing this just to give you an idea of how much fun we have. But also, you're going to see how this actually completes the full picture of this week. And again, a lot of this has to do with you. All right. So, and if you are a tier 3 member for the bonus spread this week, we're going to do something special. All right. Now, Monday, again, this is going to be interesting for you because you remember we have the sun and Jupiter in Cancer, and Jupiter is in the sign of, Jupiter's exaltation, right? But when I see what's happening for you this day, Jupiter will trine the moon in Pisces. And this is, remember I told you in your monthly forecast that we have no Jupiter aspects this month, planetary wise. With the lunations, yes. And this is amazing because Jupiter trining here's the thing. The moon rules Cancer. Yeah. Jupiter rules Pisces. Yeah. Jupiter may be exalted in Cancer, but still rules Pisces. So you have this mutual reception. And I see what's happening for you. And I'm just like, whoa, this is really special. And there's something here that's just so soulfully, emotionally moving for you when it comes to home and the foundations of your life. And just a lot of creative energy, your significant other, family, parents, children, all of that. Real estate matters even, okay? You're going to feel something here. It's very optimistic. This is just very dreamy too. And there is this element of like just opportunities, expansion, just it's almost like, it's Jupiter with the moon, okay? So it's like this luck magnet. And there may be things that you might want to change in the home or whatever it is. There is this shift in perspective that you're going to start having right off the bat this week, okay? And please pay attention to your dreams with the North Node in Pisces. Streams, that's your 12th house. So you're going to be getting messages with Uranus in your third. I mean, there's just so much happening for you. But remember, all the North Node activations in Pisces from last week, there were 19 degrees. Well, this is at 7 degrees. That's the other Libra degree. So there is something here that's, you're seeking harmony, wisdom, inner wisdom, peace. There's something very spiritual here, especially with partnerships as well. And 7 degrees. 7 is, come on, 7 is special, right? Lucky 7. It's a prime number too. It's very unique. There's something really nice here for you, and you're going to feel zoned in. Now, Thursday, July 15th, we have the moon conjunct the North Node in Pisces. So a lot of the things that were on your mind, a lot of the things that came up in your subconscious too, it's lingering, and it was all leading up to this moment. And this is very inspiring. This is very dreamy, very imaginative. I hope you have vision boards, doing your vision boards. Very intuitive energy here. I absolutely love what's happening here. Here's the thing. It's the moon conjunct the North Node. There's some karmic alignment happening here with your destiny, with your mission statement. And again, there's just something that's expanding. And at the same time, remember, we're going to talk about this, okay? Mars conjuncting the South Node. It's a big, big deal for you. Your life is definitely going to start changing this week. Just remember, it's the nodes. There's something fated. There's some fated event that could actually happen this day. And it may have to do with just, again, you may have some sort of spiritual calling. All right. There may be something here that's very, very nice for you. There's also something here where it's asking you to remember the 12th house. It's like hidden matters. There's even like, it's rest and retreat. It's spirituality. It's intuition. So please trust your intuition. Okay. Especially with the Mars, your ruler, with the South Node. Okay. Because that is in Virgo. It's, Virgo rules the intestines, the digestive system, the gut. Trust your gut, because they're going to be releasing something there. All right. So the other thing is, remember how I just said partnerships and relationships? Well, the same day, you will have Juno trine the North Node conjuncting the moon. We've talked about Juno. And so I'll bring her up later, but she is Libra's dwarf planet. I mean, it is a big deal. Planetoid, whatever you want to call it. But Juno is all about truth, justice, balance of power in partnerships, relationships, contracts, legal matters, personal relationships. there's something here that it's going to be, you're feeling something here. Yep. You're feeling something here. And it's building up to what's going to happen next month. And what's happening next month is Mars, your ruling planet, will move into Libra, which rules your 7th house of partnerships and relationships and legal matters. Okay? So just please pay attention to these days, because even on the same day, the moon will trine the sun and Cancer. And you're just going to feel a lot of passion. You're going to feel a lot of passion. There's going to be a lot of stuff, especially with like your lover, your significant other. There's stuff here, okay? But it could even be like your relationship with your realtor. I mean, there's just partnership stuff. Am I right? Very emotionally moving, okay? Now, July 16th, the moon is going to be in your sign, Aries. So what does that even mean? You've got the moon conjuncting Saturn, conjuncting Neptune. You have a triple conjunction in your sign, July 16th. You're going to feel something here. All right? Remember, this is all in your sign. These are the planets. What they're doing, they're asking you to be that spiritual leader, that compassionate hero, that visionary artist, role model. Yeah? They're going to feel that coming out, this confidence, but in a very spiritual, like Gandhi way, or Ted Lasso, whoever you want, Braveheart. Thursday, July 17th now, you still have the moon in your sign. But look at what's happening here. Again, something that we were talking about the second spread. The sun will square Aries. Now, remember, Aries is right on top of Chiron, the wounded healer, old wounds in your sign. So, do you want to do the math? Let's do the math. You've got Saturn, Neptune, the moon, Aries, and Chiron, 5, in your sign. There's a lot happening in your life right now. I haven't even brought up Ceres. Ceres is in your sign. She's active this week. That's 6. Okay? And so you have these planetoids that are just like Pluto, like a dwarf planet. They're important. And Aries is Mars's sister. So your ruling planet Mars, Aries, the twin sister, so the divine feminine goddess warrior, who, I've told you this, she threw the golden apple at the wedding. You know your mythology, right? To stir things up, that's Aries. But all for the greater good. She does what needs to be improved, what needs to be fair, what needs to be fixed, all in the name of inclusiveness. She fights for people who don't have a voice, people, without power, kind of like Robin Hood. Yeah. So there's something here when it's squaring Chiron. Again, you've got the North Node in your 12th house. You have 4 retrogrades. You have Mercury on retrograde. And then you have Chiron, which has to do with the past. So Aries, it's almost like, Back to the Future. Or just a lot of the past coming up. Because I just told you all of that, but you've also got your ruling planet conjuncting the South Node, which has to do with the past. So this week, very nostalgic. This week, you're going to be thinking about the past a lot, and it's unavoidable. It's people from your past will be coming in. Circumstances from the past will be coming in. So again, really good time this week just to reflect, okay? Because there's something inside you that's stirred up now with Aries. It's almost like there's something that you really have to fix in the name of justice. There's something here that you're just like, this is not right. It doesn't sit well with me. All right? Because you will have Mercury trine the moon that's conjunct Ceres in your sign. Like I don't make this up. You have so much happening. And so, again, this is just going to be very, and Ceres is, Virgo's planetoid. And so Ceres is, just think Mother Earth, Mother Nature, think Mama Bear energy. Yeah. Very strong, all about like health, physical health, emotional health, but you being strong enough to take care of the people that you love. All right. There's a lot of this feminine energy, but powerful, like feminine energy that's happening in your sign right now. That I don't think anyone's talking about. It's just so you're gonna feel this, all right? Now you're also gonna feel Mercury retrograde, and that's happening on Friday the 18th, and depending on where you live, Thursday the 17th, because it's happening right at midnight, like right around midnight. So again, depends on where you live. Mercury will be retrograde until August 11th. Okay, keep that in mind because that's when Mercury goes direct, but we'll still be in Leo until September. I told you about September. Okay. So, just to get that out of the way, the prism portal that I was talking about, the 4-planet alignment that's happening, for many years, but it's this summer that's really going to determine where you're going to be by February. But now you got Mercury in the mix. Mercury that's going to be in Leo all summer long. Yeah. That's going to be aspecting a lot of those planets. And Leo rules your 5th house. So, that's fun. It's creativity, it's creative projects, it's pleasure, it's family, it's children, it's sex, it's procreation, it's true love, it's soulmate energy. So again, a lot of lovers coming back from the past, okay? And if not, it would be creative partners or even just friends that you had a lot of fun with. There's a lot happening here, okay? Now, I'm going to give you a little something about August. That day, because I know a lot of y'all take notes, August 11th is the day that Venus will conjunct Jupiter. There's something really big happening for you, okay? And remember, that's in your 4th house. Venus and Jupiter are the 2 benefic planets. So you got something really great waiting for you in August, all right? Something that has to, like, some of y'all are moving. Some of y'all are moving, or some of y'all are, getting, having a baby. There's so much. Just think like home, real estate, family. Now, here's the thing. Mercury, when it goes direct in August, by the way, is definitely going to be like a bullet train. There's so much fire and air, fire and air, fire and air. So please take this time to go within, okay? Really do that with all these retrogrades. And Leo energy is bold anyway. It's all about self-expression and love and self-love and even leadership and confidence. And again, that's what's happening in your sign right now. There's all these planets asking you to like really embrace that. So the fact that you've got Uranus and Gemini in your 3rd house, meaning that you're reinventing yourself anyway. Yeah. There's this huge visionary energy. You're focused on your future. You're having conversations about your future. Take advantage of this. This is 0 degrees. You're thinking in new ways. You've got these brilliant ideas that's going to be coming out this week. And a lot, like I said, a lot of curiosity, a lot of things online. You may be spending a lot of time online. And when I say that, like maybe even launching your own website. Okay, you're freeing yourself, like I did, by the way, right? Like I did. Well, yeah. Of course, I'm going to promote my. So anyway, let's just keep going. You've got so much happening. I don't even know. Like you're going to have some big breakthroughs with the conversations and the way that you're seeing something. Again, you're going to have this huge shift in perspective. Now, the other thing is, I would not be surprised if there's something about contracts and agreements that may be a little bit surprising, especially toward the weekend. And we'll talk about that. All right. The last thing I'm going to tell you, I want you to think about what happened for you summer of 2023, because that time we did have Venus retrograde in Leo. So you could pick up, obviously, like the sky was very different, back then with the aspects and the planets and the transits, but there may be some clues you could get in terms of what you can expect with Mercury retrograde in your 5th. Again, lovers, creative projects. There's a lot happening for you. All right. But I do love the fact that your ruling planet Mars is in Virgo. Okay. That's going to help you stay grounded, take practical actions. And there is a sense of like, you just want change. You want change this week. Now, Mercury retrograde happens 3 to 4 times a year. We know that, okay? We've all experienced it. We don't have to talk about that. Just expect miscommunication, crossed wires, travel delays. Get things in writing. You have Uranus and Gemini. There's something here with agreements, okay? Just keep that in mind, all right? Just spend this time reevaluating things. The other thing is, with the fact that you do have Mercury, which is Gemini's ruler, and Leo in your 5th, You may be making some amends, if there are people coming up from the past. So it could be like forgiveness. It could be seeking forgiveness. It could, there could be some of that. All right. Now, the other thing is just remember September eclipse season. So just things are going to change for you. There's a lot of changes. And by the way, if you do, I'll leave the Saturn Neptune video that I made at the end of this video. Okay. If you want to check, if you haven't seen that yet, remember you got Saturn and Neptune in your sign. All right. You've had Neptune in your sign for like 14 years. And I already told you what you can expect next summer. It's going to be huge for you. I can't even the fact that you have Jupiter and Leo at that point, trining Saturn in your sign, Jupiter in Leo in your 5th house of pleasure and joy and true love and romance and family, children, having kids, creative projects, the birth of creative projects. Like the time that we have a new moon solar eclipse in Leo, like you've got stuff. A lot of great things you can look forward to. Now, if you are a cross watcher, if you watch for your rising or your moon, for your husband, Jake, or your kid, whoever, fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Gemini and Virgo are going to feel the retrograde the most if you have any planets between 3 to 17 degrees in any of the fixed signs. The first 4 signs I mentioned, you will definitely feel the retrograde the most. Now, Friday, July 18th, I love this. Actually, really love this for you. You've got Mercury in Leo, sextile Venus in Gemini. Okay. Oh, this is really nice. There's going to be some conversations you're going to have. You're going to feel this day before, day after. Remember, Venus in Gemini is cranking up your charm factor and you're feeling very magnetic. And you should be. And remember, you want to use these planets. You're not going to have Venus in Gemini for a while after this. It's, and this is like stimulating. This is like very like, oh, let's just randomly, go skinny dipping and, have this fun time and talk about Chick-fil-A and whatever, right? But there's something here where you're just going to be so explorative with new things, especially this time. It's a sextile. This is a window of opportunity for something to come through. And again, I would not be surprised if it's some sort of agreement or contract or you starting something. You have this idea of like, let me start this website or, maybe even a social media post goes really viral. But whatever is happening here, it's fun. It's fun. AF. Okay. And just remember, this blends really well with you. I mean, it's Mercury in Leo, right? And then Venus in Gemini. So what I love about this is Mercury is the mind, Leo is the heart. Yeah, Venus is the heart, Gemini is the mind. Isn't that fun? It's really exciting. Just the movement here with this fire and Aries is you're gonna love this, Aries. It's magnetic. Think like Jason Statham and Linda Cardellini, Sam Hugan, Outlander. Oh gosh, I'm gonna Google it, but they have this in their chart. So that's what I'm talking about, is that magnetism. But again, for you in this social way, in this really fun way, people are gonna gravitate toward you. Remember, just radiate. Now, I say this because cross watchers, fire signs, you, Leo, Sagittarius, and air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, are going to feel the most, okay? And I'm also going to throw in Virgo and Taurus. Now, if you have any planets in your chart between 13 to 17 degrees in any of these signs, you're going to really feel this. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's something here with money for you, okay? Aries, because the moon will be in Taurus. And why is this a big deal? Because you already have Venus, the planet of money, that's mingling with Mercury. Yeah. Agreements and, contracts and social things. It's a very social time for you. And 5th house, by the way, yeah, there's a little bit of money stuff here, but there's also like fame. You could get a lot of attention for stuff. But the moon in Taurus, the moon happens to be exalted in Taurus. And it's going to sextile Jupiter. That's exalted in Cancer. Did I say exalted? Sextile Jupiter exalted in Cancer. Anyway, this is just it's speaking of magnetic, that's what this is. This is so much optimism too. And Taurus rules your second house. So that's self-worth, that's self-value, it's material possessions. There's some comfort here, modern comfort, but relationships. Venus is the ruler of Taurus. Venus is very active right now with Mercury. There's this fun, flirty energy that's happening with Mercury and Leo in your fifth. Oh my goodness. So what's going to happen this day? You're going to have a lot of fun and you need to be social. And I really want you to be. Remember, Venus is also not only social, but she's just all about shopping and luxuries and treating yourself. Please do that. You're definitely going to have this, like, there's something you're possibly getting this day, okay? And then there's also something that really enhances this emotional stability within you. There's something here that's all about prosperity, especially with relationships too. It's a big thing, but money, there's something here with money, all right? Now, not on the whiteboard, July 19th, I really want you to pay attention to this. This is the day that Saturn conjuncting Neptune in your sign, Aries. This is the day they're going to be the closest that they have been yet. They're less than even half a degree apart. So remember, their conjunction, the perfection, will be February 2026. And so so please pay attention to what happens this day. It's really going to give you an idea of what's going to, unfold for you by the time you get to February 2026. But a lot of it, again, because with all these retrogrades, it's like, it's really more about you having that vision of where you want to be and then putting yourself there throughout this summer. No, but I do want to hear from you about just mark this in your calendar. It's big. It's a big deal. It's in your sign. All right. And then remember, you have Ceres, you have Aries, you have Chiron, you have so many other things happening in your sign. Now, Sunday, July 20th is when Mars, your ruler, is going to conjunct the South Node. This is happening at 19 degrees. We talked about this last week. You know how important this 19 degree is, okay? So, yes, you're going to start feeling this. You're going to feel it the entire week. And that's why there's this restlessness, because there's all this new that you want to do, but then there's also some things that have got to go. And what makes this day even stronger is that Venus is going to square the entire conjunction. Yeah. Because next week is when Mars squares Venus, the two cosmic lovebirds. And therefore you start feeling it now. So what does this even mean? Well, this day with Mars conjuncting the South Node in Virgo, which is your sixth house, there's something here that's got to go. And it may be a complete, when I say reinventing yourself, like new job, new work, maybe you get a promotion and that's the old that you're leaving, but whatever it is, I said Mars is going to be like a lightsaber. And if you don't let something go at this point that you know's got to go because it is the South Node, Mars is going to be like too late. All right. So just keep it in mind. It's your sixth house. So there's something here. It's a habit. It's a old pattern. Remember, I've been telling you, out with the old, in with the new. There's something here that's reached a point of fatigue, an expiration date. It's got to go, okay? The way that you're thinking about something, there's something here, even with diet and nutrition and health, something's got to go. Something has to go. It's no longer necessary for your journey. It's Mars and K2. Tail of the dragon, okay? And it just releasing old habits, old patterns, or just things that you know intuitively, not for my future. And remember, there's like a bazillion retrogrades right now this week. You've got the North Node in your 12th house that has to do with the past, Chiron that has to do with old wounds, and your sign that's activated this week by Aries, and the South Node that has to do with the past. So again, a lot of it's basically the past. It's your past, Aries, that's coming up to you this day and saying, hey, Aries, please let me go. You don't need me anymore. Even Venus is saying it. She's part of this party. She's saying, hey, sweetie, you don't, Okay? So keep that in mind. It's just something's got to go, and you've got to know what it is. Virgo is all about purification. So there's something here, definitely with health, diet, nutrition, exercise, but also, if not that for you, because every Aries is different, something with work. Are you in a job that has a big impact on your mental health? Okay? Remember, Virgo is Mercury ruled up here. Yeah? Okay? But it's also Virgo, it's health, so physical health. Is there something that you're doing in your everyday activities that's just, we got to let it go because I know about this, but I'm just kind of just trudging along with it? No. Nope. All right? And there is something that can be physical this day because Mars, your ruler, is physicality. You're going to have all this extra energy. Use it for this purging of whatever has got to go. Again, it can just be something with work too. All right? So keep that in mind. But just remember, you've got Mars, Venus, Uranus, the South. No, they're all in a Mercury sign with Mercury retrograde. And this day the moon will be in Gemini. You got things to say. You're feeling restless. Here's the thing. Mercury rules both Virgo and Gemini. All right? And then remember, you've got Uranus and Venus in your third house of communication. And this is mutable signs. This is mutable energy. Get ready for change. There is some things that you're adapting to something new here, but the bigger story is like you're going to have to, it's almost like you're announcing something this day, okay? Or there's some big idea that you have that comes through that you needed in order to let something go. You could also receive some news this day as well. And listen, you've got your social media house activated in two different ways. Are you doom scrolling? Are you spending too much time online? That's what I'm saying. It's like, what has got to go? And Mars is going to let you know if you don't know. All right. So think about it. Think about it. You've got all this great stuff happening for you. And remember, it's all in the name of you having your awakening with Uranus and Gemini, seeing things in new ways, but also the North Node in Pisces, okay? Which is very spiritual. So it's all about like what's not part of my purpose moving forward. And again, 19 degrees. It's big, all right? I don't think I told you last week that 19 degrees in astrology, it's really associated with like the laws of karma, like connecting with others, cause and effect. Is that Libra degree. And by the way, Mars is going to be sextiling Juno this day. So when I talk about partnerships and relationships, like you can't even make this up. Juno, who happens to be Jupiter's wife, all about truth, justice, fairness, equality in partnerships, relationships, legal matters, contracts, marriage, one-on-one personal relationships. There's something here. Where, again, you're seeking some sort of fairness. And it can be business partners. But the fact that you have the moon in Gemini this day, that means the moon will conjunct Uranus. There's something here. Breakthrough, something surprising, something unexpected, something stimulating, a lot of creative energy, rebellious energy, something freeing you, freeing your mind. The moon will also conjunct Venus. Remember, Venus is in Gemini, and that's beautiful. That's amazing, right? That's very feminine energy, but that's, again, something that you may be signing, but there's something here with creativity and money and love and beauty. You're going to go out and get your nails done, right? And the moon in Gemini will sextile Saturn and Neptune in your sign. And trine Pluto, which natively rules your eighth. Like there's just so much happening. Again, a lot with partnerships, relationships, and even like friend stuff. But anyway, just consider your new direction here. All right. One of the things, I'm just going to give you a heads up now, Aries. Okay? Because sometimes it helps when you know what's happening in advance, right? You've got that new moon in Leo next week. That's bonkers. But remember, September, eclipse season. So a lot of things are going to change for you anyway. You have a new moon solar eclipse in Virgo in September. However, in August, you have a new moon in Virgo. You have these back-to-back Virgo new moons. I'll explain it next week. I'll explain it. You can even, I want you to think about what happened for you in your birthday season, okay? In March with that Virgo eclipse. What happened? It had to do something with work, colleagues, employees, health matters, the digestive system. Yeah. Think about it. Think about it. Uranus was in Taurus at that time in your second house of food. Think about it. Okay. I'm not saying like it's a bad thing. I'm saying that there just may be some impressions that come up throughout this, next few months. So here's the thing, and daily activities and habits and routines, but it's basically the universe saying, okay, that we got to pay attention to this. Now, signs who are going to feel this the most would be all the mutable signs. Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces. If you have planets between 17 to 21 degrees, and any of those signs that I just mentioned, you're going to feel this the most. Okay? Yeah. I mean, if you have if you have your moon in Aries, well, okay. All right. Oh, yeah. Okay. And that's the other thing. I don't know. That I got Uranus on my ascendant. I don't know. I've had some surprises. You saw my last live stream. Yeah. I don't know, but that's a website. So remember, that's where nothing's changing with this channel. This is just more of an extension of the predictions that I do, the channeling that I do, taking it to off this platform so I can speak more freely. Remember, Uranus and Gemini, freedom. Gemini is communication. Funny, right? And then I'll be teaching tarot, doing free tarot readings, doing a lot. So you can check out that website. There's a lot more information. I'm excited for it, teaching you how to be more intuitive. There's a lot. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get started. Aries, let's see what's going on for you for this week, okay? July 14th to the 20th, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is going to be an emotional week for you, okay? Just letting you know. But in a good way. I mean, you got the moon in your sign. You're like charged up. I do a traditional cultic cross spread. Aries, how are y'all doing? I know. I'm going to get some sleep after this. You see it's so dark now. Okay, Aries. I do a traditional cultic cross spread, offers the best overview. And if we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will. Secondly, Aries, you know that I love y'all. Y'all are amazing. I'm very excited for you. There's a lot happening for you. You got a lot happening. And that's what I mean. Like when we get to August, that's okay. We'll talk about it later, but that's when you really feel the prism portal. Yeah, this is going to be a week. It's going to be a week. You got to let something go. Really let something go. And when I tell you work, really pay attention to what I'm saying, okay? Yeah, this is wow. Well, you're obviously good, but you're gonna have to let something go in a big way, okay? You have the 8 of Cups, so you already know this, okay? You already know that you've got to leave something behind. You're gonna start feeling it as soon as you enter this week, but I feel like you've already been feeling it. I mean, like, to be honest, you've had the South Node in Virgo for some time, yeah? In your 6th house of not only daily activities, but like work, but also the North Node in Pisces. Very spiritual, very intuitive, very like, I need some time to myself to think about my future. And you see him walking to higher ground and leaving those cups. And nothing's wrong with the cups. You know something's better for you because you have Saturn conjuncting Neptune in your sign with Ceres there and Aries there, just everyone there. Whole party happening in your, yeah? All right. Oh, you get to see me. Okay. Now, here's the thing. When you got the devil in the heart of your spread. So when I say, first thing, remember I talked about partnerships, relationships, and that's going to be a bigger part of your story next month. Well, you're feeling it now. You see the 2 people from the Lover's card chained to the devil. Okay, so remember, you're breaking free from something. Uranus and Gemini, all about your breakthroughs, breaking free, freedom, right? Especially of the mind, pessimistic thinking as well. It's the devil. It's taking up a lot of your energy. There's something here that's, yeah, it's not good for you. It's card is, vices and addictions and bad behaviors and habits and codependency and all of that. We know what the devil represents, right? So in order to break free from those chains, which are loose, so you got to know what the chains are. And again, there may be some partnership relationship stuff with Juno in the mix. And when I say that, it doesn't have to be, it's not always love. It's what resonates with you, right? Every Aries has a different rising. You have a different birth chart. It makes you different from every other Aries in the world. And I told you that the thing that you have to let go, where Mars is going to be like, right? It's going to have to do with work for a lot of y'all. Okay? Like I said, maybe a toxic boss, maybe a toxic colleague, whatever it is. I said, you're going to have some conversations this week. Diplomatically, of course, but or signing something, okay, as in signing you out. Anyway, you got the 9 of Wands. This is insane. All right, so yeah, the biggest thing here is that it may be really hard to confront what this is. Okay, it might be, and again, it can be anything from work to health. Even pets is part of, the 6th house. But your everyday activities and lifestyle and routines and your patterns. But again, out with the old, in with the new. Yeah? It may be hard. You got to let it go. Look at him just really holding on to this. No, you've got to let this go. Look at all that burden. You know it. It's in your crown. What have you got to let go? And a lot of it, again, can be the way that you're seeing something. It can be the way you're seeing a certain relationship in work, at home, in love, and okay. But again, the other thing is, it's hard for you to let this go because it seems like someone won't let you go. Yeah, and you're taking on all the responsibilities here, and you're just like, I need, helping hand here, a little life raft. It is a 10 though. Look, you got the 10 of swords here. This is saying you're about to get, this is going to, like I told you, this is possibly out of this month so far, one of those sneaky, like you wouldn't think that it's the week that a lot of things are going to change. It is. It's just so much happening. Okay. In the sky. So you got these 2 10s, 1 0 equals 1, new beginning. So there's a lot that you really just want to change anyway. But you've got to really go deep with those retrogrades. Think about what it is that's taking up your energy. A lot. He can't look at this. They're right. They're chained. He can't even. He can't see where he's going. He's carrying way too many wands. He can't see at all, and we know why. So there's a little bit of the other thing is, yeah, there's something here. You got the 12th house activated. So that's the North Node, right? So I told you the North Node in Pisces is that's your 12th house. Yeah, it's intuition, spirituality, it's healing, rest and retreat. It's also withdrawal. Okay? It's avoiding the things that you know that you have to take care of. It's also self-sabotage is the 12th house. Okay? So there really is something here that we're gonna have to face. All right? 12th house is also hidden enemies, but you have your 7th house activated. So that's because of Juno. And she's still settled in Scorpio. That rules your 8th of relationships as well. And again, it can be work, like a business partner. But what I'm saying here is there's something here that you got to break free from. Okay? And something here where you're going to see maybe someone that's coming back around, but someone you're going to see, you thought they were on your side. And you see that they're not. Okay? Because the 12th house is hidden enemies. All right? You got the Page of Wands, so you do all that work. And it can be a lot of shadow work too. Again, you got to go deep. You got to recognize what it is that you have to, yeah? and then you're good. You got the Page of Wands. This fresh new beginning, this fresh new exciting new start. Wands have so much creative energy, okay? And it's this new feeling. It's like, so like, no more boulder on your shoulder. You let this go. You made room for this, okay? So this is something new that you're excited about. And remember, your imagination is really strong here. So there could be something here creative with the arts. There could be something, even something that you're doing that is just bringing you so much joy and you've really invested in. A new job. It's Wands. It can be career. It can be, profession. It's Wands. It's whatever you're feeling ambitious about. It's, again, a lot. It's invigorating. There's something new. 10 of Wands. Page of Wands. Like, you got to drop some of these wands. You got to drop some of these ones so you can see that opportunity ahead. And that's going to inspire you to, hello. All right. So let's go to your stuff. Aries. Y'all are amazing. Y'all crack me up. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what's going on. I really want to know, especially this week for you. When you got the moon in your sign, when you got Saturn conjuncting Neptune, less than almost 0 degrees, that is a restart for you. It's a reset for you. Okay. So it's a big week for you. And thank you for being patient with me. Like, I've lost my voice. I'm like, I can barely see. It's so dark. Anyway, let's get, you're good. You're good. You're absolutely good. You want to take a picture, take a screenshot? I mean, come on. What is going on? Oh my goodness. Okay. Sure. So you got the Empress. Listen, that day that I told you to treat yourself, when the moon is going to be in Taurus, it's going to be sextile Jupiter. I really want you to treat yourself because I think that's when some things are going to come up and that, you're going to be at this high frequency. Yeah. And this card is all about abundance. It's all about abundance. It's all about love, self-love. It's compassion. It's passion. It's feeling on top of the world. It's comfort. She holds that golden scepter, and that's she anything she touches turns to gold. And you got the Empress, creation. That's what the Empress is. Okay, creation, the birth of new things, and even literal for some of y'all. Maybe that's a thing. Some of y'all are gonna have babies or think about having babies, or grandkids are gonna be in the picture. But either way, a lot of creative energy here too. You have a lot of creative stuff happening here. Okay. So there is this element of like, there's something that you do want to like, just the birth of this creative project or just something new. Yeah. And seeing this growth in it, especially with that Queen of Wands, someone's opening doors for you in a big way. Okay. There's also, I just feel like you're going to be making an announcement too. All right. But there is, the Queen of Wands is you, right? Queen of Wands is Aries. She's the entrepreneur. She's a businesswoman. Excuse me. People gravitate toward her. This is someone, remember, Venus in Gemini is that kind of energy, but you also have Mercury in Leo in your 5th, which I told you is, there's that element of fame there. I'm sorry, I was away from the mic. But you have the sun moving into Leo next week. You have the new moon in Leo next week. Like, you're going to really feel that magnetism, okay? But either way, it feels like someone's attracted to you and wants to help you and do things with you. It could be a new boss. It could be anything, wherever you're putting that energy. But this is someone who knows the law of attraction. That's why she gets everything she wants. But she's also very confident, okay? Now, if you are here for love and relationships, it does seem like there's going to be some fun moments for you, okay? Now, the other thing is you have the 3 Wands. That's great. That's your card. It's an Aries card. It's actually the sun in Aries. That's what it's attributed to. Therefore it's strong because the sun's exalted in your sign. So just keep moving forward, go forth. That's all you want. That's what you want. You just look at that. Remember I talked about like curiosity, going out there, seeking new things, seeing new things, expanding your horizons. That's what this card is. Leaving your comfort zone. Yeah. So That's what brings you that abundance, believing in yourself and going out there, right? Three of Wands, right? You got the Empress card 3. That's a vibration there. All right. So again, creation, the birth of new things. You're seeking something, and you got your own card. You got the Emperor and your final outcome. Amazing. I mean, you're moving into this, I told you, this leadership energy. It's just powerful. There's something really wanting to come out inside you. And that is confidence. I mean, you got the pair, you got the Empress and the Emperor. So there's this, this is all about just knowing who you are and owning it. And this is saying, I am the leader. I am the leader. But I'm in a way where, you know, I've become a lot wiser through the experiences that I've gone through. Yeah. I've handled things in a way where people respect what I've done. Yeah. And this is very paternal, maternal energy here as well. Daddy, mom. So again, a lot of family stuff for y'all. Becoming parents or something with your parents. But either way, this is you. This is you. This is you following your passions. Being very, it's that confidence. You're like, glad I did this. Yeah. Because now I'm sitting in this throne. I lay down the laws. I control my narrative. I control my destiny. Amazing. That's power. That's empowerment. Like, you're good. It's almost like you're back in the saddle. Okay. Once you confront that. Aries, y'all are amazing. Thanks so much. Next week, I told you what's happening next week. There's a lot happening next week. I will see you next week. And tier 3 members, yeah, we will, you know where to find the link. Anyone is welcome to join. I will see you next week. Aries, y'all are amazing. Thanks so much. I'll see you. Bye-bye.